Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English with Podcasts, where learning English feels like a real conversation, not a classroom lesson. I'm Emma, and I'm so happy you're spending your time with us today.
And I'm Leo. A big hello to all our listeners around the world. Whether you're at home, on your way to work, or relaxing right now, thank you for being here.
Before we begin, if you enjoy learning English with us, please like this video, subscribe to English with Podcasts, and share it with a friend who wants to improve their English.
Your support helps us keep these conversations coming.
So, Leo, how are you today?
I'm doing well, thank you. I feel a little tired, but also motivated.
That's a very real feeling. Why are you tired?
Work has been busy this week. It's the start of the year, so everyone wants to plan everything at the same time.
Yes, the beginning of the year can feel very full. What was your day like yesterday?
Yesterday was long. I woke up early, made coffee, and went straight to work.
Did you have a busy morning?
Very busy. I checked my emails and saw many messages marked important.
That word always makes me nervous.
Me too. I worked for hours and forgot to take a break.
That happens to many people.
By lunchtime, I was hungry and tired, but I didn't want to leave the office.
So what did you do?
I ordered food online.
That's convenient. What did you order?
I ordered a chicken sandwich and fries.
That sounds delicious.
It did, but when the food arrived, it was the wrong order.
Oh no, what happened?
I received a very spicy vegetable dish instead.
That's quite a surprise.
Yes, but I was so hungry that I ate it anyway.
That's real-life English right there.
Exactly. Sometimes things don't go as planned.
What about after work?
After work, I went for a short walk to relax.
Walking is a great way to clear your mind.
It really helps. I listened to music and thought about my goals.
That sounds peaceful.
What about you, Emma? How was your day?
My day was calm, but something funny happened.
I love funny stories. Tell me.
I went to the supermarket to buy just a few things.
Let me guess, you bought many things.
Yes, of course. I bought bread, fruit, snacks, and even candles.
Candles?
They smelled nice. I couldn't resist.
That's very relatable.
But when I reached the checkout, I realized I forgot my wallet.
That's stressful.
Very stressful. I said to the cashier, "I'm so sorry I forgot my wallet."
That's a useful sentence for English learners.
Luckily, I could pay with my phone.
That must have been a relief.
Yes, I felt very relieved.
Daily life gives us many chances to use English.
Exactly. Simple moments are the best practice.
Did you meet anyone this week?
Yes, I met my friend for coffee.
Nice. What did you talk about?
We talked about work, family, and plans for the year.
Those are great topics for English conversation.
She said she wants to improve her English this year.
That's a wonderful goal.
I told her consistency is more important than perfection.
That's very true.
Even 5 minutes a day can make a big difference.
English is a journey, not a race.
Exactly. And mistakes are part of learning.
You know, Emma, thinking about the office and that spicy lunch makes me think about how much we actually use English in specific work environments. For our listeners who are professionals, they often worry about business English.
That is a big fear for many, but business English is really just regular English with a bit more focus on being polite and clear.
I agree. I was reading a study about the global workforce. Did you know that over 1.5 billion people are currently learning English worldwide? That is nearly 20% of the world's population.
20%? That is incredible. It means our listeners are part of a massive global family.
It really does. And when you look at the business side, about 35% of the world's knowledge on the internet is written in English. In fields like science and technology, it's even higher, closer to 80 or 90%.
That shows why English is such a powerful tool. It's not just a language, it's a key to information.
Exactly. But back to that spicy vegetable dish I ate, it reminds me of cultural surprises. Learning English isn't just about the words, it's about the people and the food.
That is so true. I actually read that in the United States alone, the ethnic food market, which includes spicy dishes from places like Mexico, India, and Thailand, is worth over $12 billion annually.
12 billion? Wow, people really do love variety. And speaking of the US, our listeners often ask about the demographics of English speakers. It's a very diverse group.
It is. If you look at the census data from 2020, about 57.8% of the population identifies as white, 18.7% as Hispanic or Latino, 12.1% as Black or African American, and about 5.9% as Asian.
That diversity is what makes the language so rich. Every group brings new slang, new idioms, and new ways of speaking. For example, many words we use in English today come from different cultures and racial groups.
That's a great point. It's why English is constantly changing. It's evolving.
Evolving, that's a good word for our listeners. It means developing gradually, just like your English skills are evolving every time you listen to us.
I hope so. You know, Emma, you mentioned being tired earlier. I think a lot of people feel burnout this time of year.
Oh, definitely. In the professional world, surveys show that nearly 50% of employees feel some level of burnout.
50%? That is half of the workforce. That is a very serious number.
It is. That's why I went for that walk. I needed to recharge.
Recharge. That's like a battery, right?
Exactly. We aren't machines. We need to rest. Even when learning English, if you study for 4 hours without a break, your brain stops absorbing information.
I've felt that before. It feels like my brain is full.
Yes, there is a limit. Research suggests that the human attention span for intense learning is only about 20 to 30 minutes.
So our podcasts are perfect because they are short and conversational.
That's the goal. We want to fit into that 20-minute window.
You know, Leo, I was thinking about this supermarket story. I felt so embarrassed forgetting my wallet.
Don't be. In a survey by a major bank, about 1 in 4 people said they have walked into a store and realized they didn't have their wallet or purse.
Really? 25% of people? That makes me feel much better.
We are all human. The technology of paying with your phone is actually growing very fast. In some countries, like China, mobile payments are used by over 80% of the population. In the US and Europe, it's growing by about 10 to 15% every year.
It saved my day for sure. It's amazing how technology helps us communicate and survive these small disasters.
Small disasters. That is a great phrase for those little problems that feel big in the moment.
Like getting the wrong lunch order?
Exactly. But hey, it forced me to try something new. I found out I actually like spicy vegetable curry.
That is a silver lining.
Silver lining. Our listeners should write that one down. It means a positive side to a negative situation.
Every cloud has a silver lining. That's the full idiom.
I love that. And for our listeners, maybe the cloud is a difficult grammar point, but the silver lining is that when they finally understand it, they feel a huge sense of achievement.
Achievement is the best feeling. Did you know that the satisfaction rate of people who successfully learn a second language is much higher in their general life? It builds cognitive flexibility.
Cognitive flexibility. That sounds fancy.
It just means your brain becomes better at switching between different tasks and solving problems. It's like exercise for your mind.
Speaking of the mind, I noticed that our listeners are very active in the comments from all over. We have people from Brazil, Japan, Turkey, Germany.
It's truly a global community. I saw a statistic that said there are more non-native English speakers in the world than native speakers.
That is a very important fact. There are about 400 million native speakers, but over 1.1 billion people speak English as a second language.
So when you are speaking English, you are more likely to be talking to someone else who also learned it as a second language.
That should take the pressure off. You don't have to sound like a person from London or New York. You just have to be understood.
Precisely. Communication is the goal. Leo, you mentioned checking important emails. How do you handle that stress?
I try to prioritize. I use the 80-20 rule.
Oh, the Pareto principle.
Yes, it says that 80% of your results come from 20% of your activities. So I try to find the 20% of emails that actually matter.
That is a great life hack. For English learners, maybe they can focus on the 20% of words that are used 80% of the time.
Exactly. Did you know that the top 1,000 most common words in English account for about 75% of all everyday communication?
Only 1,000 words? That is very encouraging. If you learn those 1,000 words, you can understand most of what people say.
It's a great way to start. You don't need to learn the whole dictionary.
That would be impossible. I don't even know every word in the dictionary.
None of us do. The Oxford English Dictionary has over 600,000 words. A native speaker usually only uses about 15,000 to 30,000.
So we are all still learning every day.
Even us, Emma. I learned a new word today because of my lunch. Capsaicin.
What is that?
It's the chemical that makes peppers spicy.
You see, every day is a school day.
It really is. I also wanted to mention something to our listeners about confidence. A recent study found that 70% of language learners feel anxiety when speaking.
70%? That is a huge majority. So if you feel nervous, you are in the 70%. You are not alone.
The study also found that the best way to reduce that anxiety is social exposure, just talking to people in a low-pressure environment.
Like this podcast.
Exactly. We're your low-pressure friends. We aren't here to give you a grade or a test.
We just want to chat. Leo, what are your plans for the weekend? Are you going to rest?
I hope so. I plan to read a book and maybe go to a museum.
That sounds lovely. Museums are great for quiet reflection.
Did you know that museum attendance has started to go up again? After 2020, it dropped by 70%, but in 2023 and 2024, it recovered significantly. People want real experiences again.
I think we all do. We spend so much time behind screens.
That's why walking in the park is so important. I saw a group of people practicing yoga in the park yesterday.
Yoga is very popular now. Over 300 million people practice yoga worldwide.
It's a global phenomenon. It just goes to show that we all want the same things: health, peace, and connection.
And English helps us connect across those borders.
It really does. I met a traveler at the park yesterday. He was from Italy. We spoke for 10 minutes in English.
See? An Italian and an English speaker meeting in a park. That is the beauty of the language.
He was asking for the best place to get gelato.
Of course he was.
I told him, follow your heart or use Google Maps.
That is great advice.
He laughed and said, my heart says chocolate, but Google says the shop is closed.
Oh no, that is a tragedy.
We had a good laugh about it. That is what I love about English. It's a bridge for humor.
Humor is one of the hardest things to learn in a new language, but it's the most rewarding.
It really is. If you can make someone laugh in English, you are doing great.
So for everyone listening, don't be afraid to be a little funny. Even if you make a mistake, if you smile, people will smile back.
Absolutely. Kindness is a universal language.
Emma, I think we have covered a lot today. We talked about spicy lunches, forgotten wallets, global statistics, and the importance of rest.
We really did. It's been a very rich conversation.
For our listeners, rich here doesn't mean money, it means full of information and value.
Exactly.
Well, Leo, I think it's time to let our listeners go and enjoy their day.
Yes, but before we go, let's look at one last statistic. Did you know that 100% of the people listening to this right now are making progress?
That is my favorite statistic.
It's true. If you are still listening, you are training your ears and your brain.
You are doing an amazing job.
Remember, if you liked this episode, please hit the like button. It tells us that we are doing something right.
And subscribe so you don't miss our next chat. We have so many more things to talk about.
Leave a comment below. Tell us about a small disaster that happened to you this week.
Did you forget your wallet? Did you get the wrong food?
We want to hear your stories.
Thank you again for being with us.
You are the reason we do this.
Have a wonderful, calm, and productive day.
Or a relaxing day if you need to recharge.
Yes, both are good.
Until next time.
See you soon. Goodbye.
Bye-bye, everyone.